Dr. Stanley.
Assalamu alaikum, Auntie. Assalamu alaikum. Auntie Halima. Hello.
A very good morning to all of us. I hope we slept well and we are ready to start the webinar. My name is Halima Ben Umar. I will be moderating the webinar for the next 2 hours, God willing. Before we go on, I would like to call Hajjasa. Are you on? Hajjasa? Hello? Hajjasa Hashim. Please, can you check whether she's muted? Hello? Hello, good morning. Hello?
Morning.
Aha. Hajjasa, can you hear me?
I think she's not on. We are only, I think, 3.
No, we are 16. And Hajja is online. I've seen her name as a participant. Hajja, sir?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello?
Yeah.
This PM.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Thank you.
Hajja, sir? Hajja, sir? Mala Sidi.
Yes. Auntie?
Can you please, yes, good morning. Can you please open with a prayer?
Salu ala Nabi.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, honor the day of judgment, you alone we worship, you alone we ask for help. Show the straight path, the path of those whom you favor, not the path of those who go astray. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. The next thing on the agenda is an opening remark by the ES, and I think the ES is not online yet. He will soon join us, so we'll start before he joins. So I would like to call on Dr. Rahila. Dr. Rahila, are you there? Hello, Dr. Rahila. Hello, Dr. Rahila. Can we check whether she's muted as well? I think that's why we couldn't get her just added to. Dr. Rahila, can you share the objectives? What is the objectives of this webinar, please?
Okay, good morning all.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, and welcome to another past webinar series. The title of today's webinar is Assessing Routine Immunization Funding, Service Uptake and Coverage in Kano State, Observing the Experience of Select LGAs. During the course of our discussion today, we will be looking at the following objectives. These objectives include, number 1, to brainstorm on the adequacy of routine immunization funding in Kano State. Number 2 is to learn about the process of data generation and analysis. Number 3, to provide feedback on routine immunization uptake and coverage in Kano State. And finally, is to share the experiences of selected LGAs on RI performance in Kano State. I wish us all a very fruitful deliberations. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Rahila. I think before we go on, first of all, I would like to introduce the PM, Dr. Ahmed Tijani Habib, who is the PM SERIC. SERIC is State Emergency Routine Immunization Coordination Center. And then, of course, I think I would let the rest introduce themselves. Mala Sidi, can you introduce yourself, please? Mala Sidi.
Yes.
Please.
Good morning, all. I'm
morning.
Muhammad Sidi Abdullahi, a Deputy Director at the Primary Healthcare Management Board, Kano, in charge of routine immunization monitoring and evaluation health information system platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Buhari, can you introduce the rest of the panelists from the LGA? Can you introduce yourself one by one, please? Hello. Ibrahim, introduce yourselves, please.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Buhari Jibrin from Erapa Health Facility, Taoni Primary Care Department.
Thank you. Next.
Hello, can you hear us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we heard you. Yes.
Hello.
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 Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I'm not sure whether
Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you please go on?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm Buhari Jibrin from Erapa Health Facility, Taoni Government Primary Care Department.
Thank you, Buhari. Thank you. Thank you. Next,
Hello.
please.
Hello.
Hello. Go on with the introduction.
I'm Saudi Tijani Suleiman from Tofa Local Government.
Thank you.
Hello, Ajia Halima. This to announce the arrival of the ES on the platform.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay,
Good
can
morning.
we the introduction, please? I would like to, the ES has just joined us. So can you hear me? The panelists, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so the local government people, the panelists from the LGA. Hello? The ES have just joined us. Sir, a very good morning to you, sir, and thank you so much for joining.
Yes, good morning. Actually, I joined earlier when you said I'm here to join.
Yes,
unfortunately, I was looking at my name. It's actually registered in your name, and I see several others also appearing as
Halima.
Yes, Halima. So I had to quickly change the name when I noticed that my name appears in your name.
I wish others would do the same, because I was just watching and I saw Halima, and I was like, so I had to call the host to say what is going on. I've seen my name 4 or 5 times.
Exactly.
We are really happy to have you on board, and PM, we are really excited, and we want to thank you so much for having the time, for squeezing the time to join us. Maybe you have 10 minutes, sir, to talk. You're supposed to give us an opening remarks, and you have 10 minutes for the opening remarks, sir. So over to you, Dr.
Thank you, Hajia. Good morning, all. It is my pleasure to be part of this historic moment. Why it is
Hello? Hello?
And this showcased how far the State Primary Healthcare Management Board has come over this period of time, since the creation of the board in the last 12 years. And one of the strongest pillars we have is, as part of our mandate, is providing routine immunization in Kano. And this we have successfully done. Since 2012 also, Kano state government has partnered with other partners to ensure that it delivers quality immunization to all children of Kano. And since the exit of that agreement between Kano state government, Aliko Dangote Foundation, and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Kano state government has sustained funding of routine immunization 100%, apart from some support we receive of vaccine and some other supports coming through our partners. And this is a great achievement for Kano and for the children of Kano. And this webinar will ensure that all the lessons learned, the challenges, and also what are those good things that other people replicate in their places of work. So we are very grateful. The State Primary Healthcare Management Board is very grateful for this your support. And also I wish to reiterate the commitment of Kano State government to continue funding routine immunization in its entirety. And this is a commitment of the government of Kano State. So thank you, and over.
Thank you so much, ES. Thank you. We really appreciated your joining us and giving us an opening remarks. Now I will go over to Dr. Tijani, who is the PM SERI. We have some questions for you, but we'll take the questions bit by bit instead of giving you all the questions at the same time. So Dr. Ahmed, are you with us, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
PM.
I'm with you.
Okay, let me say good morning again to you. We have some series of questions, and I want to start by asking, what is the status of RI coverage in Kano State?
Good morning, all.
Good morning, sir.
The status of RI coverage in Kano State, as of now, we are at 83%. We are using the tracer antigen, that is the Penta 3, to get our coverage. And this is a remarkable improvement from where we are at the beginning of COVID-19, because by May we are at 63%, but now we are at 83%. That is the status of the RI coverage.
Okay. And how does even the RI coverage in Kano State? Sir?
Huh?
Hello?
I'm here.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Aha. I said, how does CERIC activities help in improving RI coverage in Kano State?
CERIC activities is pivotal to improving RI coverage in state, because if you go back, why CERIC even come up is because routine immunization has been placed on state of emergency, because everything has gone down, everything is not working.
Right.
But with CERIC, which serve as the EOC for immunization,
yes,
and we have a structure down to the LGA.
Yes.
We use both the SMS platform and the DHIS. Those reports are being originating from the facilities. So we have visibility of what is happening, what is done right, what is not done right. And we have the ability to fix that through the various mechanisms. So by so doing, we are able to improve this coverage, the percentage coverage, as you can see, even though we have not reached the national 85%, but we are on the way, considering if By May, we are 63. And now we are in 83. I'm sure you know that we are going slow but steady. We are going to reach the 85% soonest. And that's how CERIC is. CERIC has a developed costed work plan that's approved. And you have, as you have heard the years, it is 100% funded by Kano State government. So that is why most of the things are going seamlessly and we are seeing the result. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I don't know, Buhari Jibrin, can you hear me? Tarauni LG, low performing, can you hear me? Buhari? Hello? 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 Mala Sidi, can you hear me? Okay, their mic,
No, loud
their
and
mics
clear.
are muted. Their mics are muted. Okay, can you hear
I can
me?
hear you loud and I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I wanted to ask Buhari first because he's one of the he's the RI focal person for Taroni, and Taroni is a low performing LGA, but I'm not getting him through. I don't know. Buhari, is Buhari around? Buhari?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, well, can Buhari, can he hear me? Buhari, can you hear me?
Yes, Haja, I can share you, Haja.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining. Can you introduce yourself, please, Buhari, before I ask you a question?
Yes, Haja. I'm Buhari Ejibun from Arapa Health Facility, representing Tarani Logan Primary Care Department.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. As a low performing LGA, what are the challenges that hinders your health facility from meeting the targeted coverage? Like the PM has just said, is the 35% coverage, and you fall into the LGA that is low performing. So what are the challenges that hinders your health facility from meeting the targeted coverage of 85%?
Well, Haja, as you have said, as you have seen it, as you have seen it, my health facility are lacking or experiencing a faulty SDD for over 3 years, which we have been reporting over and over to the LGA team and to the board, 3 LGA team. But mashallah, thank God, the primary care, the board are still working on it. Everything will be rectified, inshallah. We collect our vaccine from the Logaman SDD, from Logaman Cool Store.
Okay. So if
so at times, the patient or the client will just come and be waiting and before we collect our vaccine, they will keep waiting. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you. Hello, we can hear you.
And we offer once, and yes, we even offer the RI once in a week. We offer RI once in a week. That is on Thursday. So at times a newborn mother will come with her baby.
Go on, we are listening. Hello.
So this, we should send her over to another health facility.
Why do you send her to another health facility?
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Well,
go on.
Well, because we offered RI once in a week, that's on Thursday, as a result of the faulty SDD.
Okay.
So indirectly, we are getting a default class to ourselves.
Okay. Even though your line was cutting, are you done? Are you done? Are you done?
Yes, there's another challenge.
Okay.
the health facility is not up to, no, I shouldn't use this word, but does not meet the requirement of the catchment populated area. As you can see, if you can go back to, if I can remember, if you have seen my research, about 60 to 70%, about
Yes.
60 to 70%
Yes.
of my clients are coming from another, only area of the supporters from are coming from another catchment area. The environment is not conducive for the RI. We only have 2 offices, and in that 2 offices we offer our RI, our dot center, our HIV tests, our ANC, our OPD, everything.
Okay. So, are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. You have mentioned some challenges, and I'm glad to hear that the board has started taking action on that. So that's
Yes.
a very good development. Thank you for sharing. I would like to call that, is Abdullahi there? Abdullahi Makoda.
Yes, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Can you please introduce yourself, please?
Okay. I'm Mohammed Abdullah Isa from Lamedaki facility, Makoda LG.
Yes. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Buhari. What are the challenges that hinders your health facility from meeting the target? What are the challenges that hinders your health facility from meeting the target coverage? So what are your challenges? The PM is online, ES is also online. So what are your challenges?
Okay, ma'am. The challenges we face during the rainy season, the facility has been broke, and we also decided to move from the facility to the settlement for running the services. So this led to poor turnout of the client. That is why we fall into poor performance.
Okay. Is that all?
Yes.
You don't have any other challenge?
That is the only challenge.
Okay, okay. Malama Sauda, can you hear me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Malama Sauda.
Good morning, ma'am.
Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Soroti Janis Lemo from Tufa Local Government, Langian Headquarters.
Okay, there is also a low performing LGA.
Yes.
Yeah, so what are your challenges that hinders your health facility from meeting the targeted coverage?
My challenges is the community resident at RI.
Okay.
Headquarters, yes.
Okay, okay. Is that the only challenge you have?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mala Sidi, can you hear me? Mala Sidi,
Loud and clear.
Please, as the DHIS2 focal person, the DHS data indicated that some LGAs perform low in terms of RI coverage. Which criteria or indicator do you use to identify the best, the low, and the poor performing LGAs?
Yes, thank you, madam. The criteria we follow is, first of all, the indicator we are using first, reporting. That is what we call timeliness and completeness. Those who send their report on time and those who their report arrive to LGA late. We also follow this first. Then we follow their coverage of Penta 1, Penta 2 to Penta 3. Sometimes for this time, we use also BCG and hepatitis B0 because hepatitis B0 is the lowest in the state now. many parents don't access to it because usually mothers give birth in the facility at home, not in the facility. But just that, you know, mobilize their client to come to the facility. You know, we take them those who have a good coverage of hepatitis B0 and measles, so hepatitis B0 and BCG, including Penta1. We consider them. So we try to aggregate who are those with the good coverage and who are those with low coverage among these things. So reporting down to the coverage is also what we use to have to categorize these facilities among them. We score them and see who have the best score and who have the lowest score. So that's how we come up with these facilities that are, we first check for the LGA, then we deep dive to the LGA and see which facilities are, you know, lowest in that facility, or who are those facilities that are doing best. So from there, we fish out those facilities and, you know, adapt to be the among the lowest. These are the lowest facilities, and among the highest LGAs, and these are the highest facility. This is how we come up with this. Thank you.
Okay, so in addition, what is the procedure or process of knowing the performance of a health facility?
Yeah, that is what we call, we categorize them according to we categorize them into 4. Okay. Mostly that is what we call one category 1 are those facilities who have high Penta1 coverage and low dropout. Then we have category 2 are those facilities that have good high Penta1 coverage and high dropout. And we have those on category 3 that have low Penta1 coverage and low dropout. Then the worst are the category 4 who have the low Penta1 coverage and also low also have high dropout. This is how we categorize these facilities. So even from the LGAs, then we look at the facilities. LGA can translate, if you deep dive, you can see the facilities that contributed, because it's not all facilities that are doing good and it's not all facilities that are doing bad. So from there, you can identify who facilities are doing are in category 4 and who are on category 1. This is how we arrive at this.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Malam Sidi. I will get back to let me move to the health facilities, the best performing health facility. Aisha, are you with us? Hello, Aisha. Aisha, is Aisha with us?
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Aisha. Hello. Can you please introduce yourself? Can you please introduce yourself, Aisha?
Yes. I'm Aisha. Aisha Sani Hashim. Taroni local government, Kundila Health Force. Best performing local government.
Aisha, your health facility, your facility is one of the best performing health facilities. How did your health facilities achieve the targeted RI coverage? So what did you do to achieve the target facilities? What did you do?
Yes, Alhamdulillah. We have friendly mobilization with our community leaders, and also LTD freezer contribute a lot for the availability of the vaccine. And also we conduct 5 sessions in a week that contribute a lot. And also we immunize the client at a right time because of the availability of the vaccine.
Okay. So is that all?
Yes, I think.
Okay. Okay. Is Gali around? Is Gali around?
Yes, I'm around, ma.
Can you please introduce yourself, Gali?
Yes, my name is Gali Yusuf from Makoda local government, modern primary healthcare, Makoda.
So it's the same question that I've asked her. How did your facility achieve the targeted RI coverage?
So Alhamdulillah, I have achieved my target coverage through by using of our community leaders to inform us that a new bonds. Then our TBA is contribute to brought a new new babies, then my turn on Hausa. Also, we are used to orientation and oral health to give them health educations in some certain unit, e.g. like antenatal care and also OPD. We used to orientate those caregivers that we brought if they have some client who are eligible for RI but yet is not come. We are telling them the importance and the meaning of this. Inshallah, that's the way we are achieving all our goals.
So one of the strategies you use is working with TBAs and then town criers and then sensitizing the community, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Gali. I would like to go back to the PM, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes, sir. What measures do you put in place in order to achieve the 80% national target for immunization coverage in Kano? What measures?
Okay. Well, that's a good question. And you see, during the COVID-19,
yes.
We deep dive and find out what really caused us to go down. First, there is a directive from the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency to suspend outreach because Kano is one of the epicenter then. And two, we realize some of our health care workers are afraid of getting this disease in the facilities. So only few of them are attending, and there is lockdown. Mothers cannot take their child to the facility for immunization, especially if the place is very far. So with those so many things on ground, we sat down and developed a strategy to see how we can move forward. First of all, we engage with the social mobilization working group, where we have slots in at radio stations, which I went and I deliver talk that kind of discussion on which we really sensitize our mothers, caregivers, that they should not just stay at home and thought that since there is lockdown, the facility they want to take their child is far, then they should wait and without vaccinating their child. We told them that they should go to the nearest PHC around. And it may interest you to know, during this COVID-19 lockdown, the only health facilities working is primary health care facilities. Kano, when you go, no service. Secondary health facilities, no services. But for that, I think our staff need some upload because they maintain our PSC open, even though some are not fully functional like it's supposed to be, but we never shut down our facility throughout this period. So after sensitizing the mother, that is the demand creation to go to the PSC. Then the next thing is to make sure we protect our healthcare workers. We develop guidelines for conducting of RI during COVID-19 session. And despite the fact we stopped the outreach, we think, okay, where that we cannot conduct outreach, let's set a temporary fixed post. And we also increase the number of fixed posts because Kano State has adopted the 143 strategy. That's 1 fixed post, 4 outreach, and 3 supervision. So during that time that our percent coverage goes down, we intensify the fixed post from 1 to 2. And where it is necessary that we have to conduct outreach because there are some hard to reach underserved communities whereby access to health facility is minimal. And the only way to reach this community is through outreach. So that's what the temporary fixed posts tend to address. With that in place, the state government is very proactive in getting PPEs, and the PPEs we have supplies from partners, philanthropies, and the government bought their own. We train our healthcare workers. We give them 6 stocks of PPEs, face masks, hand sanitizers, Veronica bucket to each health facility for hand washing. With that, the peers for our healthcare workers is alleviated and most started reporting to work. So those are some of the measures. Time will not permit me to put all the things Eric has put in place so that we can move from 63 within a short time to 83. That was what we did. Over.
Okay, thank you so much for that elaborate discussion. For people joining us, if you have questions, please you can put it in the chat box, so that as we are moving on, we'll be asking the question to who, and please direct the question to who you want him to answer or you want her to answer. So please just put it on the chat box. People are monitoring. As soon as you send. And Madam Hassan, can you still hear us, or you cannot hear still?
Okay, I can. I'm hearing you very loud and clear.
Okay. We just saw your chat. Thank you so much. Sir, Dr. Ahmad Tijani, I had wanted to ask you a question on how has the COVID-19 impacted on RI service uptake in Kano? And it's like you have even answered that question when you were talking about the measures that you put in place to achieve the 85% coverage. Or do you still have something to add on the impact of COVID-19?
Well, I think what I've said is all encompassing. Up to now, we are still suffering from the impact of COVID-19, but we are trying to see we have gotten there. As you can see, Kano State has not reached the national target of 85. Yes. But if you can see, few states are at 83 by now. It's a gradual thing, and we're going to get there, inshallah.
Thank you so much, sir. I want to move on to the LGAs. Can you hear me? Buhari, can you hear me? Buhari? Hello? Hello. Buhari?
Hello, Hajia.
Hello?
Hello, Hajia. I can hear you, Hajia.
Aha. Okay, now that your LGA is a low-performing LGA, what is the mitigation plan you put in place in order to improve RI uptake and coverage in your catchment area? So what are your mitigation plan?
Well, we engage the traditional and the religious leaders, that's the rulers, to mobilize and sensitize the community on the importance of RI.
Okay.
We also report to the board through LGA about the faulty SDD, the result of defaulters.
Okay.
We also plan to have a weekly meeting with our BCMs and TBS so that to track the defaulters.
Okay. So when the defaulters are tracked, what do you do with the defaulters? What happened? What is the process?
Hello?
Hello, we are listening.
Haja, come again.
You said you are tracking defaulters, go?
Yes.
So if you track the defaulters, what do you do?
We immunize the eligible children.
Okay, that's what I wanted
with
to hear.
The appropriate vaccine at the right time.
Okay. Thank you so much. Is Abdullahi with you? Is Abdullahi?
Yes, ma'am.
Abdullahi.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's the same question with Buhari. What is the mitigation plan you put in place in order to improve your RI uptake and coverage in your catchment area? So what is your mitigation plan?
Okay, yes. We in the facility, we plan for temporary fixed host in the settlement that is supposed to come for out immunization, and we arrange the TBS and traditional rulers for tracking the defaulters outside house.
Okay. So if you track the defaulters, you do the same with what Buhari is doing in their health facility? Okay, say, tell us how.
Yes. So we are tracking the defaulters with the assistance of the TBS and the community leaders in their settlement.
Okay, thank you so much. Aja Saudi. Saudi.
Hello. I'm hearing you. Hello.
So I'm asking you the same question. Yes.
Yes.
What is the mitigation plan you put in place in order to improve the RI uptake and coverage in your catchment area? So what is your mitigation plan?
Okay, in our health facility, we are planning to cluster the community.
Yes.
And to mobilize the community to train the TBS.
Okay.
That's our plan.
But what happened? Because what is your health facility? What's the name of your health facility?
Langel Health Facility.
So what? Yeah. Did you get any support from SARIC when you complained of the Langel issue?
Yes, ma'am.
So can you share with us what happened, please? The participants will really be interested to know what happened when you reported. As part of your mitigation plan, what did you do? Hello, sir, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
We are listening.
Come back, ma'am. Please come back.
I said, your LGA, your health facility is Langel, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we engaged in a discussion and you talked about your mitigation plan. And you told us what you did your mitigation plan when you talked about SARIC. So what is it that you've done? Sorry? Hello? Hello? Saudi?
Naam?
So we're listening. Can you continue with your mitigation plan?
And Halima, it's like there is issue with your audio. Can you please repeat the question?
My audio?
Yes, madam.
My audio?
Yes, madam.
Can you hear me, madam? Can you hear me?
Not clear.
Not clear?
Yes. So now you can repeat the question. She couldn't get you right.
Now, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Saudi, Aja Saudi.
Naam.
Aja Saudi. I said,
I'm hearing.
Can you, your mitigation plan. What was your mitigation plan? Can you repeat your mitigation plan, please?
My plan?
What is what is the mitigation plan that you put in place in order to improve your RI coverage?
Closer to the community.
Okay. Okay. Go on.
And mobilize the TBS.
Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you. For Haji Aisha, can you hear me?
Yes.
Haji Aisha,
yes,
can you hear me?
Yes,
Now, as one of the best performing LGA, well, how would you ensure that you maintain the RI uptake and coverage? So what would you do to ensure that you still maintain that position of being a best performing LGA? What do you want to do to maintain that? What do you plan to do to maintain your being the best performing LGA?
I will maintain that I should be working hand to hand with my community leaders and my VCMs, and I should be no more long-term waiting.
Okay.
And I will put more
I
effort.
didn't get that.
I said that no long wait, long waiting should not be more in the facility. Oh, I did not hear you.
No, it's okay. So you are saying once they come to your facility, you have facility, you will quickly immunize their children and go, so you don't waste their time. Is that what you're saying? Okay, okay. Any more?
Yes,
any more?
We should put more effort to continue mobilizing.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you
so that we can reach our target.
Do I have, can people hear me? Hello? Hello?
Not very clear, madam. We can hear, but not very clear. You have issue with the network.
Absolutely. Maybe where I am. So, Gali, can you hear me? Gali?
Hello? Yes, ma'am, I'm sharing.
Okay, please, what would you do to ensure that you sustain the RI uptake and coverage in your facility?
So firstly, I will continue for the procedure that I have taken.
Yes.
Then I'll also add more to sensitize my community leaders, all my channels of bringing those clients. Also, I will maintain the time of the sessions. Hello, are you hearing me? Hello? I was Mima.
I can hear you, Madam.
Okay. So firstly, I will continue of the procedure by using. Hello? Are you with me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing.
Hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing.
Hello,
you.
I can hear you, Madam Gali.
Okay.
I'm hearing. Go on.
Okay, I'll continue for the. Okay, I'll continue of the procedure. Then I will maintain the time of the sessions. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Are you with me, ma?
Hello? Yes, you said
Hello,
you
ma.
maintain what? Hello, I can hear you.
I'll maintain the time.
Okay.
Time. I maintain time.
Okay, okay. Thank you
Then
so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Madam, hello, hello.
Hi.
Mala City.
Yes, madam.
And then that is for the.
I can't hear you, madam.
For the low performing LGS, you've had what?
I can't
is there
hear you.
anything that? Okay.
I can't
Can
hear
you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, but I didn't get you.
Okay, I said you've just had the discussion what the low performing LGS are saying in terms of their mitigation plans. Have you had their mitigation plans?
Yes, I do.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mala City.
Yes, I can hear you, madam.
Mala City.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Have talked about their mitigation plan. Is there anything that is missing out based on what they have asked?
Hello, can you come again, please? I don't hear you well.
I said, okay, I said you have heard the mitigation plan for the
Yes.
low-performing LGAs.
Yes.
Is there anything that's missing that you would like to add to their mitigation plans?
Yes, I think most of the problems we have in immunization are mostly three. We have
Yes.
service organization problems, we have staffing problems, sometimes data collection and reporting problems. And for most of the what I heard from them is service organization problems. You can hear them that people are not coming. Maybe it happened due to, community not clearly informed on the date and times of immunization sessions at the health post and outreach site or via mobile teams. Sometimes immunization session not frequent enough or at inconvenient site. Likely, they fail to understand that our data is about 3 months. That's where we gather our data. There is issue with the COVID-19 impact. They forget that what maybe affects them somehow. And now they have to stand up again and educate parents to come to the facility. There is no more COVID-19 threat now in our facilities. So I think this is one of the things that is missing, because our data comes from 3 months. And we understand that there was COVID inception, but now there's no COVID. So now they have to change the pattern of their education to the community by telling them that COVID-19 is no more. They should come to the facility. Before, parents are afraid to come to the facility, but now it's clear. And we even ask them to double their effort, in which we ask them to do 2 sessions per week, both outreach and field session. So I think they have to put that in their plans for them to catch off, to carry along those children left out and catch off, with the target.
Okay, thank you so much. We just got a question from Hajia Hafsat Kulu. And I think Mala Sidi Kanu, she said the low performance at Langen Health Facility is said to be due to resistance of family planning by the community members. What exactly are the resistance and what are the causes of the resistance?
I
This is
think
Langen.
I think the in charge is there.
The in charge. Hello. So that I just so there. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Energy.
So
I'm hearing, ma'am.
The low performance at Langen has to do with the resistance in family planning by community members. I'm talking, what is asking that? Hello?
Hello, Bana ji Hajiya.
To ni ina jin ki kuma.
Okay.
I'm hearing you.
Okay.
So yanzu, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Aha. After Kolo just sent us this message. She said low performance at Langen Health Facility in Kikenan said to be due to resistance na family planning community members. So she's asking exactly at the resistance and what are the causes of the resistance. So idan mutane suna resisting, what exactly, me yasa suke resisting RI? Is this about the family planning kun yi link? What is it?
So I can say the still the resistant community in there and they yake.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
I've just changed a laptop. So can you hear me, Yanzu?
Yes.
Okay. So Madam Sidi, I'm still going back to you to ask. Okay, thank you, Saadatu. Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Madam Sidi.
Yes, madam.
What does SARIC does? What does SARIC do to support low and poor performing health facilities? What role does SARIC play?
Okay, you know that there is we have it's not only SERIC at the target now. We have what we call this emergency structure is in three tiers of government. One, we have LERIC in the LGA, then we have SERIC in the state, and we have NERIC in the national. For this facility issue, I think should be should be handled by the LERIC, the LGA emergency committee on immunization. But how ours here, we are dealing with data, we are dealing with LGAs. As you can see yesterday, we are even all of the SERIC members were down to, went out to go to the zones. Sometimes we go to the LGA as the facility. But for this, we expect LERIC to, as their HOD is here, head of department of their LGA, all the I can see head of department of those head of department of those departments of those LGAs here to please table this issue in their LERIC. Their committee there should go and help these facilities. Like this Lengel, where there is resistance in family planning, about resistance of family planning leads to the resistance to RI. I think they should go now down to the community and help this people and help this facility by educating the community members more for them to differentiate between family planning and immunization. So I think at the SERIC level, we only intervene with the problems in the LGAs mostly, or less if it's necessary, because we have every LGA is handled by supervisor from SERIC.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a supervisor handling the issue of every LGA in the state, all the 44 LGAs. So if we have issue in the SERIC, we link those problems with the supervisors to go and help their LGA to work with the LERIC in the LGA and fix the problem. So for this, this is how we operate. We don't usually, but we expect as we look at the LGA and storm to them, we expect them to go down to the facilities and help them, where necessary.
Thank Okay. Hello, Mana City.
Yes, hi.
Okay, are you done?
Yes, I'm done. I think now, as the HODs are here of those LGAs, we expect them to table this issue in the LERIC, and the LERIC go down to these facilities and help them. Yeah, they need support. This is what
we just got.
Hello.
Hello.
I can't clearly hear you.
Hello.
Hi.
Can hear you clearly.
But we can hear you clearly, madam.
Go on, Malasidi. Go on.
Yes, I think.
No, you are the one that is talking.
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, thank you so much. If we can you all hear me? We just got a message from Muhammad Lawan Tahir when he was talking. He wants from the RI service providers whether they are receiving regular supervisory visit from the LGA camp. So this is for the focal persons that are here, the LGA focal persons, Saudi, Aisha, and Gali. So what have you got to say? He's asking whether you have visitors from regular visit from the LGA.
Hello? Yes, ma'am. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yes, we are receiving. We are receiving.
Okay. So how regular do they come to visit?
Regular, weekly.
Okay. So is that Saudi that is talking?
Yes.
So I want to hear from the rest. Buhari?
I can hear you, Hajia.
Aha, so how regular? Do you have a regular visit, supervisory visit from the LGA team?
Yes, Hajia, we receive
And what
at
they
least,
do when they come?
they go to our register and check if there are some data discrepancies. They even went to the settlement and asked the caregivers about the attitude of the RI service providers.
Okay.
And they cascade to us during the RI monthly meeting.
Okay. Okay. So that's what we want to hear from Abdullahi.
Okay, ma'am. I'm here, ma'am.
Yes, we want to hear from you. Do you
Okay, ma'am.
have
Yes.
supervisory visit from the LGA team?
Yes, they are coming.
So what do they do when they come?
When they come, they check the registers and checking for the defaulters, for those that are not to come for their those.
Sorry?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, we can hear you properly.
Yes, they come and they may give the action plan about the how.
Okay.
Hello? Yes.
Hello, we can hear you. Okay.
Yes, they are coming and weekly.
Okay.
Hello?
So,
Hello?
hello, we can hear you.
Okay, yes, ma'am. They are come for supervision weekly and give us the feedback on
Okay.
the action plan about how our RI service improve.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Aisha, Aisha.
Yes, ma'am.
So do they go to a LGA for supervisory visit, the LGA team?
Yes, there is school
So what do
supportive
they do?
supervision.
Okay, go on. Go
Come
on.
at least once a week
Once a week.
for the supportive supervision.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Gali,
Yes, ma'am.
do you receive regular supervisory visit from the LGA team?
Yes,
So when they come, what do they do?
they'll come and check for my data tools. Also my tracking defaulters book.
Yes.
And also if there is an actions, they will tell me this is on my social thing, and this is the way of getting this.
Okay, thank you so much. PM, sir. Hello, PM.
Roger.
Thank you so much for your patience. I know you have another meeting, but you are with us. Thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciated it. Sir, what are the RI funding gaps? Are there any gaps? If there are, what are the funding gaps for RI?
Okay, I think this is a very nice question.
Thank you, sir.
The first thing we have to start by thanking God and for the masses and thanking the executive governor, Dr. Ganduje, for providing the funding And this happened, Kano State happened to be the only state in the nation having 100% funding from their state government.
Yes.
But like Oliver Twist, we can still ask for more.
Okay.
We have some innovations because the world is changing.
Yes.
On how to really see that we move Kano State routine immunization from the present status to the next level.
Yes.
So, and currently on our work plan, we are piloting some innovations, which the ES is aware.
Yes.
If we can prove that is success, I'm sure there is going to be additional funding to scale off those things. And it may interest you. We have pilot test MOB, that is missed opportunity for vaccination tracking in 30 health facilities, which is a success. Even the CERIC team came from Borno to come and learn how we did it. And there's also an NGO and a research fellow from the University of Maryland that came to Nigeria, and they want to implement MOB in Kano. They were directed from the national to come to Kano CERIC and learn how we are implementing MOB. So those are some innovations that we want to scale off because it has shown and proven that we can get results. And one of these things we're about to start is based on the social mobilization platform. We are going to start engaging the private medical PMBs, that is, private medicine vendors, other traditional institutions, on the way to engage them on referral of children to access immunization facility. We all know in our committee now, the first point of call by our people is the PMBs. It's when it fails and they will remember the hospital. So if we are going through the organization, if this set of group of people, the bond setters, everybody, if they're on our side, once a woman comes with a child that is eligible for immunization, they will refer him, and we have mechanism to track their referral from the angle to the facility, because we have developed a kind of referral tool that will show from where the child comes to access immunization in our facilities. So if we prove this, we have funding now, but it's small. If we prove that it's effective, I'm sure the state government will increase our RI funding to cover this new innovation that works. Thank you. Over. Hello, Aja Lima.
Yes, we're all listening, sir. Thank you so much for the elaborate discussion. Thank you. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
I'm saying it's over. I think I already.
Okay. Thank you so much. Madam Sidi, are you on?
Yes, I'm on, madam.
This is a question from Salus Yusuf. He said, this high and low performing facilities is from which period?
It's from which?
Period. So from which period?
Yeah, we gather for 3 months. That's how we have a scorecard from 3 months back to date. That's how we gather and get our results. So yeah, it's for 3 months. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello, we can hear you, Madam Sidi.
Yes, it's for 3 months period.
For 3 months. Yes. So, Madam Salus Yusuf, I hope you have had your answer. Thank you so much. Now, moving quickly, we are going to the high performance LGAs. Can you hear us? LGA team, can you hear us? Can you hear me? Hello? 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 Gali, can you hear me, Gali?
Yes, ma'am.
And Aisha, can you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing.
Now, as a sort of peer learning between the low performing and the and the best performing LGs, what advice or recommendation do you have for the low and the poor performing health facilities for improved RI uptake and coverage?
The recommendation is that health workers should put the work in mind so that there must be an improvement. The government provides RI free for their local government so that they can achieve their goals. So that we should put the work in mind so that to achieve our goals.
Okay, so the healthcare provider should have the work. This is their interest and they want to improve RI, so they have to be very active.
Yes.
Okay. And Malaga, that's all? Or do you have another advice or recommendation?
I have some another advice. The healthcare worker should maintain the time and also should be with good attitude. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Also, they should try the defaulter by using tickler back.
Okay.
That also is all. Over.
Okay, thank you so much. We have a question from Jenny. Jenny is joining us from the US, and she wants to know, do the same stuff, because we are talking about LGA supervisory visit from the LGAs, and you all said this question is directed to the health facilities, the focal persons. Now, you said they all come for supervision. Now she's asking, do the same staff come for supervision to a health facility each visit, or is it different LGA staff? And if different, how do they build from one visit to another? So what she's saying, are they the same people? Let us first answer. Are they the same staff that come for visit to your facilities? This question is for the 6 of you, for the 5 of you. So let's start from Gali. Gali?
Yes, ma'am.
So do the same staff come? Sorry?
They are different. It's different person who come for supervising us. Also different place.
Different team.
Different team.
Okay, so every week is a different team that comes for visit, for the supervisory visit, right?
Yes.
Is it yes for all of you?
That is for all of you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. So Mala Sidi or PM? Maybe Mala Sidi.
Madam.
Now, they said is different team that goes for the supervisory visit to the LGA. So since they are different, how do they build from the one visit to another? Because there's different groups. So if one group is there today, another this week, another group goes next week. So how do they build from one visit to another?
Yes, that is a protocol. That is rule for support supervision. First,
okay.
We have an electronic base where we use ODK, and we have hard copy form, a form that is signed, that is written on the spot. So at that form, they will fill. It comes in triplicate. They will write. They will write their observation and action point,
okay.
and tear away one portion and leave for the facility. Also, they will write their action point in the facility visiting book, where if the next, but it's not necessary for them to return to that facility. And if the next team comes for another supervision, they will ask for that form, and they'll ask for that visiting book to see what the action points and were they affected or not. If yes, then they will continue with theirs and give their own action point. If no, they will insist, that that action point must be effected. And also, if they have a learning gap or some incapacity level of something, they will help to build their capacity there, and they will effect it. This is how it works.
Okay, thank you so much for that. We have a question from Saada to Hashim. She said the low-performing LGS, do they report their gaps to the LGS supervisors when they visit them weekly? Why were the gaps not bridged? So the LGA team, or either the LGA team or Malan City, we still have to go back to Malan City or PM.
Yes.
What is the question, please?
The question is, someone is asking, the low-performing LGAs, do they report their gaps to the LGA supervisors when they visit them weekly? If yes, so why were the gaps not bridged?
Okay.
From Saada to Hakim.
This is simple. I think the supervision as it is at the lower level needs some fixing.
Yes.
And we have started that from the zonal angle. Yesterday, we are in discussion with the ES that we need to have a kind of team that will really go out in the practical time to show how supervision needs to be done objectively for mentoring sake and things like that. Because there is no value for money if people are going for supervision and you go to the same spot and find the same problem that were being reported over months, once and once again. So it seems there is some gaps. And I think we have the focal person as one of the attendants for this webinar.
Yes.
We are working hand in hand with him to ensure that this supervision is conducted as it's supposed to do. Because if the question, why I take time to explain this question, if really
yes.
The bottom point at the bottom, at the lower point, they are doing their supervision, then there is no point for CEREC team going out and doing things at the lower level.
Okay.
But the capacity building has started, and RSS now is going to, apart from the RI supervision, the board is starting rolling out of ISS, which is all encompassing. So through this mechanism, we are going to make sure that the supervision is an effective supervision, not just mere visiting the facilities. Over.
Okay, thank you so much. Dr. Rahila, you are raising your hand. Do you have a question?
Yes, thank you, Ma. Thank you, Ma, for giving this opportunity. Thank you, DRPC team and all the participants for the presentation and discussion so far. Mine is a question to Marlon CD. Marlon CD, M1 Pass and WIM Pass happen to be part of a CEREC supportive supervision team to TOFA LGA as a low-performing LGA. During the course of our deliberations on mitigation plan, we came across a settlement, Lengel. In this community, the reason for the low turnout was that people in this community believe that injection to their children is lethal. That is, it causes something they said, Sabara, to their children. So they don't usually opt for RI. So the issue here is, why is this coming up all of a sudden? Because this community has been in existence and RI has been around for a very, very long while. So why is this coming up now? Even though during that supportive supervision, we went to see the district head and we visited the facility. We visited the facility and visited the community to do a community sampling. So the issue here is it an issue of underreporting? And how often or frequent do issues like this come up all of a sudden? How often do we have such incidental findings that people don't accept injection? It looks weird, and thank you.
Yes, Dr. Rahila, thank you for your observation. But as a public health scientist, you have this is a topic of research for the LGA. For now, they're supposed to intervene. I think likely we have to check the LGA should find out whether there is AEFI in that community. Adverse event following immunization. Likely, if there's 1-2 issues with that, it may because it may be abscess. These people, parent may think abscess is a cancer. That was the cause Sabara. So likely, I'm calling for the LGA team to go and investigate what happened. Likely, most of the facilities don't report AEFI. This is a problem we have in the state. The form is there. Even if you go for any investigation, you'll find that no AFI form filled and sent to the LGA. So the LGA should find out whether there is some AFI occurring in that community. Likely, yes. But for me here, I cannot judge. Likely, we'll have to go back to the local government. I think I see some PSCCOs in this meeting. Likely, this LGA's primary care officer is around. I think this is now, and the ball now is in the court of Lyric. They have to go and find out. Thank you.
Hello, this PM, can I come in?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I think this issue has not been tabled to me at CEREC.
Yes.
We could have taken action because similar something happened at Taroni local government, and it's an AABI, just like he said. There's a serious reaction, and we even have photos that the community were trying to have a block rejection for our RI antigens.
Okay.
So we all know the process of resolving that. We have a strong community engagement and social mobilization team at the CEREC.
Yes. Okay.
So they are charged with that responsibility. They will follow through the influential people in the community, religious leaders, traditional leaders, whoever is a stakeholder, and explain to them what really happened, and that is not a common occurrence and things like that. Most of the thing people reject vaccine or other thing is lack of understanding or knowledge about it. And to our RI service provider, we need to keep on educating them, training them, and mentoring them. Because there is need, before you give any child an antigen, you have to explain to the mother what could have been the side effect, even if they are not occurring. If the mothers are aware that maybe if this happened, this could happen. If it happened, it's not going to be something that they will fear, or they'll go about spreading rumors or false information. And on the issue of ARV form, that is also an issue. I've raised it. We don't have, even if we have the ARV form, you can hardly see them in the facilities. And ideally, before we started immunization, there is supposed to be an AFB kit by the side in case there is a reaction. So if we follow those things, I'm sure we are going to resolve these issues. Over.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
The question you raised is on family planning, and so we are talking about RI funding, and so we are not talking about family planning. So sorry for that, and I won't be able to ask the question because we'll be going out of point. Thank you so much, PM. I don't know, PM, either PM or Manasidia, is there anything that we've missed out and you want to discuss, you want to say? PM first, sir.
Okay, thank you, Haja Halima, for this opportunity. One thing I always call is that when we have this kind of horror is that the need for us to put heads together and save our children.
Yes.
Up initially, if routine immunization is, the coverage is above that 80-85%,
yes,
we will not be talking about polio and other childhood killer diseases.
Yes.
So for RI, is not attending the coverage percentage, is maintaining it to be steady at that point, okay, so that our children should develop herd immunity.
Yes.
So my call here, I don't think you miss anything, but I'm calling for all concerned to put it together. RI is not a one-man effort, it's a collective effort. Everybody has a stake.
Yes.
Thank you. Over.
Thank you, sir. I saw a hand. Someone is raising a hand under Hajia Halima Ben Umar. So I don't know who it was. Who is raising the hand, please? You have the floor. You have the floor. Alhaji Ubale. Alhaji Ubale. Hello? Hello, Alhaji Ubale. Hello? Okay, I think I don't know the other person that was raising hand. I don't know who is Halima Ben Umar that is raising the hand. Alhaji Ubale is not. Alhaji Ubale. Alhaji Ubale, and he's on air. He's on. So do we have more questions? Any question? So Mala Sidi.
Yes, madam.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello, Mr. Hello.
Hello. Okay, go on, Mala Hassan.
Okay, Haji Halima, I just want to ask, like
Yes.
where he had mentioned that 1, 3, 4 strategy. I don't know
Yes.
whether if he can make a more explanation on that.
Who, you are referring to Mala Sidi or the PM?
Your Madam City.
Okay, so what Mala Sidi, are you listening to him?
I'm listening. It's not strategy, it's a categorization category of we have good, we have fair, we have excellent, we have good, we have fair, we have bad. We categorize this facility performance is a performance. If a facility is reaching or is covering, but their stick is penta 1 to penta 3. What we call penta 1 is axis, penta 3 is utilization, which means penta 1, if parent accepted, now we move to not only penta 1, we include BCG and hepatitis B1, B0, because this is the first antigen a child must take at birth. Then you come back after 6 weeks to take penta 1, which means if a parent come for penta 1, which means they have access, they accepted the immunization. So facility that is able to immunize children, about much children with penta 1, and also there is children are coming after subsequently comes back to collect penta 3. If a child take penta 3, which means it's okay. But if a child refuses to come back for penta 3, which means it's a dropout. So now a facility with lower dropout that started with penta 1, hepatitis BCG1, hepatitis B0, penta 1, up to penta 3 is fully, we accept, we believe that he is fully immunized by his age at that time. So a child that the children that don't come for penta 3, we consider them as dropout. So a facility with less that dropout is considered as good. That's why we said if they have high penta 1 coverage and low dropout, we consider that facility as doing very excellent or very good. Then for the facility, category 2 are those facilities that have penta 1 coverage, which means penta BCG, hepatitis B0 to penta 1 coverage, and still many children are not coming back for the penta 3, which means, a lot of children are taking BCG, hepatitis B0, and penta 1, which means they have a good utilization. Parents are accepting. But if they don't come for, but there's a lot of them that are not coming back for penta 3, we consider them as, good. It's still good because people are taking. We can still call them back for the penta 3. Then the category 3 is just LGA, is just facilities that have low penta, low BCG, hepatitis B0, and penta 1 coverage, and also still they have low dropout, which means they have what we call poor utilization, and so poor access, and they have also poor utilization. This category is also they have everything is low. So this is the category 3. We have problem with them, and they need intervention. We have to do something to bring children more children to come and more children to come back. Then, which means it's an indicator that it's an indication that there's a serious issue with that facility. Then we have the poorest, which is low, the facility that immunize less children with penta, BCG, hepatitis B0, and penta 1. Also, there is just even that take that, the P1 that take that penta, BCG, hepatitis, and penta 1 are still not coming back for the drop out for the penta 3, which means this is poor utilization, poor access and poor utilization. These are the category 4. These are the worst. So we categorize the coverage based on this category. So that's how we arrive at that 4 categories. I hope I make this. I hope I'm communicating and I'm making sense. Thank you.
You have. Thank you so much, Mala Sidi. I have another question from Muhammad Lawan, and this question is referring to the LGA team that are here. The PM, Mala Sidi. So he is saying, thank you all for the concern around supportive supervision, but I want the LGA representatives to explain or outline the 5 cardinal areas that LGA supervisors need to supervise and mentor during the RISS as its important component for enhancing RI uptake coverage. That is number 1. Number 2, okay, let's do this one first. The LGA team, are you listening? LGA team.
Yes.
Yes.
So do you want me to repeat the question or are you okay?
We are okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so we are listening.
Yes,
We are listening.
yes, ma, the participants so conduct the RI session. They come when we are conducting the RI session.
I look over into what you have said.
They see how we are doing the session, and if there is a mistake, they correct us.
Okay, so what are he said you should explain or outline there are 5 cardinal areas that the LGS supervisors need to supervise and mentor. So what are those things?
Data tools.
Now please repeat again.
He said explain or outline the 5 cardinal areas that LGA supervisors need to supervise and mentor during the IRSS as its important component for enhancing RI update coverage. So you have started mentioning some things. Hello, LGA team.
Enter flip chart. Data tools. Vaccine ledger. Or vaccine tag. Bridge tag.
Okay.
And they also
they look for session plan.
Okay.
Also also some of them I want
and
to
remind us on peer lead learning.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so there's another one as he said important component for enhancing RI update coverage. Are there any preparation? Do they review the preparation for the RI session?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, ma'am, they review now.
Okay. Are they participating in the RI session conducted?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to hear yes for all of you. If there is yes and no, we want to hear yes and no.
I will say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Are they using checklists for their supervision?
Yes. They even take
Okay.
a GPS sometimes.
Okay. Are they conducting debriefing with the health workers after supervision?
Yes, they are briefings.
Yes, they conduct.
Are
And
you
they
sure?
give the feedback.
Are you just saying it because PM is around? Because you need to tell him the truth. Okay. Are they mentoring the RI service providers using? Sorry?
Yes.
Yes.
Go on, go on.
Yes.
Barry, you're talking. Sorry,
Yes, sometimes when these supervisors come to us, they check the monthly summary, the I register, the tally sheet. If there's any discrepancies, they call all the service providers and discuss and digest every point. If there's any issues, they show us now.
Okay. Okay. So, and then are they mentoring the RI providers using a design capacity building flow chart?
Yes.
They are conducting.
Yes.
Are they when they are mentoring, do they use RI service provider using a design capacity building flow chart? I think there's a design capacity building flow chart. So are they using that for mentoring?
Yes, they are using it now.
Are you sure?
Yes,
I
Haji,
want
they are
to
using
hear
it.
from the remaining 4. Is it a yes or a no?
Yes. Yes.
Can I see your faces? Maybe we all need to see your faces.
Yes.
Yes. I just saw they say yes. Okay. So yes for all of you.
Yes.
Yes.
It is. Yes. The flow chart is for mentor.
Sorry?
The flow chart is for Penta 1 and Penta 3.
Yes.
And there is for BCG and measles.
Minutes also.
So they're monitoring them.
They're monitoring them.
Okay. I want to go back to Hadia Hafsat Kolo message. She said it's not, she meant to put RI and not family planning. So we are going back to her question. Hello?
Hello?
Mala Sidi. Mala Sidi. Hello, Mala Sidi.
Yes, madam.
Do you want to add anything to what they have said?
Yeah, my concern is about the how I wish you invited their heads, the LGA team from the local government. I will have read some issue I will identify that they should pay attention to. Most of the problems that comes for RI. As I said earlier, we have 3 things that usually happens in RI. The problems are, so we have service organization problem, we have a staffing problem, and we have data collection and reporting problems. Most of our problem on RI are coming out from these 3, areas. How I wish they are here, but I see only one person. I saw Rimagado HOD among, or is it Tofa? Oh, sorry, Topa HOD among. How I wish every LGA HOD is here, so that we can read for them to pay attention, so that we can stop seeing this problem. We can stop seeing this problem. As I had these in charges, most of their problems come from the service organization problems. Most of the problems that come from the service organization are, one, coming like sometimes community not aware or clearly informed on the days and times of immunization sessions at the health facility and at the outreach. Sometimes also immunization sessions not frequent enough or at inconvenient sites. Sometimes immunization dates, times conflicting with the farming or family duties of that community members. And also sometimes poor vaccine quality, e.g. due to cold chain, as just one in charge notify, due to the cold chain breakdown or usage after their expiry or usage of vaccines after their expiry date. Sometimes vaccine or other equipment shortage or outage also causes problems in regards to service organizing problems. So I hope these in charges will look at these areas and make sure I fix these problems. Maybe at the things that you cause problems with their community members. And in terms of staffing problems, sometimes we have inadequate staffing, which nobody said it here. We have enough staff in every facility, I'm sure. Also, sometimes inadequate training also supports supervision for a high quality immunization services. This also, as I had them, there's people are coming to the LG facilities for supervision. Likely, they are not doing what is right. So I think LGA staff should be doing what is right in these facilities to mentor them, build their capacity, and train them on something they fail to understand. Also, health staff perceived as health or poor communication by parent. Sometimes our health workers are perceived as hostile by the parent, or sometimes there's poor communication between the health facility and the parent. So this should be fixed by the these facility workers. Sometimes there's incorrect or contraindication practices, e.g., not immunizing children with minor illness or low. Some children can come to the facility with low-grade fever or they have minor illness, which should not prevent them from receiving vaccines. This is what we call missed opportunity. Sometimes these are it's one of the problem we have. So please, you have to pay attention to these children so that you can immunize more children. Sometimes there is also missed opportunity. Sometimes we fail to immunize children that come to the facility. That visit the facility not for immunization, but they just come for other purposes. So we please have to mark these children for immunization. This will also reduce the issue we have, in the facility. We can have more children immunized. And there's data collection and reporting problems sometimes. Like I told you, we are using scorecard. We score this LGA based on their performance from the low performing LGA. We deep dive to bring the facilities out. So now I think there is incomplete or inaccurate data. Sometimes collection from the LGA or poor analysis cause all this problem. We have they have data they have data, they sit on the data, but they don't use it. Like what they are saying now, that is penta dropout chart. It's not for showcasing, it's not for picturing, it's just for you to act on. If you see your dropout is going up, which means it's an indication that most children are not coming back, you have to start thinking on how to bring these children back to complete their immunization. Sometimes there's failure to report data regularly, like AFI, where I say, like AFI. If you fail to report AFI, at the end of the time, people will start naming you. Like what Dr. Rahila said, some parents are saying there is cancer, vaccine causes cancer in their community, which means like there's AFI. If you report, a team from LGA can come and investigate and help you out. We can, send away this notion from the parents' mind. And this is my ad for this. So I hope I make something, I add something to your understanding. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. But just a point of correction, Mala Sidi. We've sent an invite to the HODs of the three LGAs, three participating LGAs. So I don't know whether they are with us or not, but we have sent them.
Alhamdulillah, I saw one. I saw Nasidi for Dopa. I hope I'm sure the others join also.
Yes, yes. We have a question. We have an anonymous question from one of the attendees. Okay. Anyway, on there it is said the above question is from Alhaji Ubali Ranu. So he said one way to ensure quality service delivery, especially RI, is to have a regular training of staff and work reward to deserving personnel. Then do have a state training plan and work reward system in the board. So he's saying, do you have a state training plan and work reward system in the board? So this question I think is for the PM. So PM sir, over to you. Hello PM.
Hello.
Hello, this question is for you. From Malaju Valley. Do you want me to?
Yeah, repeat the question, please.
Yes, he said one way to ensure quality service delivery, especially RI, is to have a regular training of staff and work reward to deserving personnel. So the question is, do you have a state training plan and work reward system in the board?
Yeah, that is a capital yes. We have a training unit at the board.
Yes.
that keep an update name of people trained, and from there we identify those that are in need of training. We have funding available for training of people, but you cannot train all the people all the time, all their staff at the time.
Yes.
We stagger them based on needs. And even this year, we are trying to see that we update the training unit to be IT compliance.
Yes.
So this is it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A question from Sefiano. He said, my question goes to Mal and CD. Is that possible to find expired vaccine in our facilities?
Nothing is impossible in immunization. You can see, you can have expired, you can have BVM change to stage 4 or stage 3 and still in the facility, in the facility. But thank God we have frequent visit now, hardly to find that. But in some places you don't underestimate what can happen in immunization. That's why nobody is sleeping on RI. Yesterday, the team of all the CEDIC were out to the zone, checking things that one team reported, and also, some things happen that we don't expect. So we don't understand what can happen on RI program. So you can have expired vaccines used somewhere somehow. Thank you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello? Thank you so much, Marlon Nasidi. So, thank you, Marlon CD. Thank you. I don't know, do we have HOD from TOFA? Is he with us? Marlon Nasidi. Marlon Nasidi.
I think he's muted. Maybe you should
no, he's muted. Okay, before he's on mute, I saw Aminu Suleiman. Aminu, over to you. Aminu Suleiman. Hello?
Hello, ma. Hello, Hajia.
Yeah, what we are listening.
Hello, Hajia.
I'm listening. I saw you raising your hand. You want to ask a question?
No, Hajia, I just want to comment. Yeah.
Thank you.
I just want to comment pertaining to the expired vaccine in the health facility.
Okay.
I think that will not be happening this year because, to my own belief, there's no any way, as I can see, the clinic are working day and night, sensitizing and give cascade training to each and every eligible healthcare worker. There's no any place for trained healthcare personnel to leave a vaccine expired.
Okay.
That will not be happening.
My friend, Kano is too big for you. Talk of your facility alone. Don't talk of everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So thank you so much.
Just working.
PM, sir, the question that Haji Hafsa asked initially, she said is RI. She doesn't mean a family planning. So the question is on funding gaps. There is high appreciation on the state government for being the only state that has provided 100% funding for RI on fund release. So they are calling for sustenance and scale up releases for RI funding within the third and the fourth quarter of the year, which will strengthen the routine immunization commitment delivery in order to execute and support the state government commitment. So probably it's just a comment she's asking.
You want me to comment?
Yes, sir, please.
I think her concern is on course, but the COVID-19 has disrupted our calendar. Okay. So I think we have no fear upon disbursement. Okay. Up to now, we have not finished the fund that has been disbursed to us, and we have never applied for a fund that was lagging or not given. So I do not see where this pair is emanating from.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
This question is still for you. Salisu Sunusi asks, if we are to position Kano nationally, where do we place Kano?
I think we will be among the first states. I remember last 2 Wednesdays, we have a standing ovation from the NERIC, that is the National Emergency Routine Immunization Coordinating Center, because Kano is the only state that met all the 8 indicators nationally.
Yes.
Were above 80%. And anybody that is on that meeting will attest to it. Kano were applauded because none of our indicator is below 80%. While other states are trying to even get some minimum percentage in all the indicators, Kano State is even superseding the national target in a lot of indicators. Over.
Thank you, Ma, for another opportunity to ask a question. My hand has been up for a while. Yeah. Actually, Ma, it's another question. Yes, my question is to the PM. Thank you, sir, for having time to be with us. My question is with regards to the delay in release of RI funds. So what is the State Primary Healthcare Management Board doing to address the issue of delay in release of funds for RI? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rahila. I didn't when you listen to my first comment, you wouldn't ask this one. There is nothing like delay. And there is no point in which the CERIC does not have funds to execute any key activity. But what disrupts the cycle of financial cycle is the COVID-19. But even during the COVID-19, none of our essential services were stopped. The other services were stopped, not due to lack of funds, but due to you cannot conduct that activity during COVID-19. I want to state this categorically clear. What happened is that it's going to be very difficult for somebody to understand the financial cycle. But the approval of RI work plan came very late because the executive has not sat down. But there are rollover funds from 2019 to continue with CERIC fundings. So why will you say you don't have funding to do activity while you have funds sufficient for you? Over.
Okay,
thank you, sir, for the response.
Malaya, I'm so sorry. I saw your hand. You're welcome to this important webinar. Alejia Bagi is from Katsina, Niger, and he's also maybe you need to introduce yourself, Bagi. Hello, Bagi. Hello. Can we check whether he's muted, please? Can you unmute him, please?
Hello, Ajalima.
Sir.
I think
hello.
If there's no question for me, I have another meeting by 1.
Hello.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much on behalf of DRPC and the past partners. We want to really appreciate you and the ES for having the time to squeeze the time to come for this important webinar. We want to thank you so much, and we want to thank you for the cooperation that we have. We really appreciated it, and we continue to give our best as DRPC past partners to the CERIC. Thank you so much.
I hope that I want to ask a question before they leave, please.
Okay.
While we're discussing, I don't know, maybe some places I didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
Even though that I'm encouraged with the percentage coverage, I wanted to know that didn't nobody mention anything about unimmunized cases, because that's the most important thing. Coverage gives you the blanket something, but if you still have a good coverage, but you have a number of unimmunized cases. My name is Dr. Ali Abagishewu. I'm the program director of Niger State PASS and former executive director of Niger State Primary Care Development Agency. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So, Mala City, would you
Hello.
like to take that up? Since
Yeah.
Hello, Somali City, would you like to take that up? Okay.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. I think as we have how I wish you are you are part of us. Rahila and Hajia Halima were with us. We shared our report every month, and we have the number of children unimmunized with Penta 3 across the state. We show, of course, we are. I was in our yesterday's meeting. Even we have. We were directed to come up with a mitigation plan or with the plan and costing on how to, cover a lot of children that were not immunized. How I wish you were there in our meeting. You can know that yes, something is done. We have a number of children unimmunized, and we are planning on how to reach them to bring them back for immunization. And I'm sure we can do that. Everybody knows we are having an impact. We are still suffering from the COVID-19 impact. It's still following us, but alhamdulillah, from 60-something% now, we are raising to 83%, which means, yes, more children are carried along, and we are those that are left out, we are going to take them, also. We are now trying to, bring the children back for to fulfill their immunization. So we don't have problem with that. It's a problem, but we are, of course, on the top of it. We are going to make sure that all children are immunized, inshallah. And our trend showing that before end of this year, our performance is showing that, of course, most of our children will be immunized, inshallah. But you cannot stop some from escaping. Some children are not even from our state. This is a Kano state, a big city where many people come and go every time. Sometimes we are finding it hard to find some children that are missing because they transfer to other states. But still, the ones that are unimmunized, we are on the top of the matter. We are still. I was even asked yesterday, me and my team, to come up with a costal plan on how to reach those children to reduce unimmunized in the state. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Haja Halima, over to you. Hello. Hello, Haja Halima.
It's almost time.
Yes. Mala Ibrahim, Mala Hassan Ibrahim, Mala Hassan. Mala Hassan. Hajasa.
Naam, I'm here.
Please, can you wrap up and close? Time is up, and we have more questions, but unfortunately we don't have time. It's against us. We cannot take all the questions. We have about 3 or 5 questions which we cannot take. So quickly, you have just 1 minute to wrap up, please, Hajasa, please.
I don't have any question because I have written my own questions and suggestions.
Just to wrap up, thank everybody and close.
Okay, thank you everybody for participating in this webinar. It has been a fruitful one. We have learned a lot, and we are ready to support also, inshallah. Let us recite Surah Al-Fatiha so that God will assist us in all our doings and promote our cause in seeing that all our children and grandchildren are being immunized. Uzbillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
So thank you so much, Dr. Abagi. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much for all those that have attended, that participated. We want to really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Dr. Shamsu, I saw you. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.
Thank you, Hajia.